Now let's use the module to organize field widgets on the form mode. So to do that, let's go to Structure, Content Types, and then on the article row, click on Manage Form Display. And let me just open up another tab. So what I'll do is I will edit an article and then I will delete this tab because it's no longer necessary. And here you can see that the article content type just has 4 fields: title, body, tags, and then image. Now, let's just imagine that our article content type has a ton of fields and we need to organize it. So what I want to do is group tags and the image field. So let's go back to our Manage Form Display. So make sure you are on Manage Form Display, not Manage Display, because Manage Form Display allows you to configure the widgets, which are these, whereas the Manage Display allows you to configure view modes, which is this. Okay, so that's very important. So make sure you are on Manage Form Display and then click on Add Group. Now, if you can't see the Add Group button, just rebuild your site cache. Sometimes it doesn't appear if you install the module using Drush or something. So click on Add Group, and then from the Add a New Group, you can see all of the available group types. So select Field Set to begin with, and enter in extras as the label. You can enter in any label that you want. I'm just going to use extras, and then click on Save and Continue, and then click on Create Group. And then if you scroll all the way down, you should see the field group down at the bottom, and then just move it all the way to the top, and then simply add the fields that you want to be part of that group below the group type. So all I've done is I have added in tags and image, and then scroll all the way down and click on Save. And then if we refresh our form and scroll all the way down, you will see that now tags and image are grouped together under the extras field set. Now, this field set is pretty basic. It just adds a field set literally around the fields. You can't collapse it or do anything with it. So let's now change this group type to details, which will allow us to show or hide the field set. So let's go back to Manage Form Display, and then from this widget dropdown, select Details, and then scroll all the way down and click on Save. And then if we refresh our form, you will see that the field set is now collapsed or closed by default. And then if you click on it, you can see all of the fields in that group. Now, if you want this field set to be open by default, all you need to do is click on the cogwheel on the field group, and then simply check Display Element Open by Default. And that's it. And then click on Update, and then click on Save. And then if we refresh, it should be open by default. Okay, now that you know how to use the field set and details group types, which are the most simplest, but also the most commonly used, now I want to show you how to create tabs. So let's go back to our Manage Form Display and click on Add Group, and then select Tab. And then let's enter in content into the label field and click on Save and Continue. And then just click on Create Group. And then let's move content all the way to the top because we want to add title and body to this tab. And let's change our extras group type to tab as well. And then scroll down and click on Save. Now, if we refresh the form, what's going to happen? Well, nothing really. If we go back, let's have a look and see what's happened here. Okay, so sometimes, and this has happened to me sometimes the placement just doesn't work. Yeah, now this has happened to me sometimes. For some reason, it is a bit buggy. It is an RC1. So let's just move it all the way back up. And let's just make sure that, yes, content is there, title, body, extras, tags, and image. And let's click on Save, and let's have a quick look again. Yes, content is there. It's not in the disabled area. And then if we refresh, You can see that content and extras are there, but they're not tabs yet. But content is visible. The last thing we need to do is click on, again, add group, but this time we need to create a tabs with an S group type, which will group all of your individual tab items. So let's enter in the label of article. Now, the label doesn't really matter because it's not going to be displayed anywhere, so you can call it whatever you want. So I'll just call it article because there will only ever be one tabs group on the form mode. And then click on create group. And then let's scroll all the way down and move the article tabs all the way to the top and simply pop content and extras under it. So we have our tabs group type, and then we have our individual tab items below it. And let's click on save. And you can see that it's done that again for some reason. I don't know why it does that. It is a bit buggy. I won't lie to you. It is a bit buggy. Sometimes you need to click on it a few times, I don't know, to set some type of JavaScript value. Let's click on save again. Yes, it's working, which is great. And then if we refresh, we should see our two tabs, extras and content. Let's just move this around so content is up the top. Okay, so we have content and extras there. And then if we refresh, you can see content and extras as vertical tabs, which is great. And we can also switch it to horizontal tabs. So click on the cogwheel on the tabs group type and switch the direction to horizontal. And then if we save the form mode and then click and refresh, you can see that now we have our tabs across the top. So that is how you can use field group on the form modes. Now let's use field group to add an accordion on our full content view mode.